provide um, also starting a community cleanup activity. And where we could probably go to neighborhoods, clean up and where we feel like it's most congested. And since Zion is working on the rat awareness, we could see where it's more invested as well, and we could provide um some materials or information on how to take care of that.
Yeah, yeah, I guess to your point, you have to big what's the passing?
Oh, with wait, which space? With the right here at the time. I think today. Or the
Basically, like if you guys don't know, I've been trying to raise awareness for the rats in the neighborhood. I'm trying to create some sort of solution to mitigate them. So I created a flyer that was sent to me from the rat czar. I put QR codes on all of the flyers, and you guys can just take a moment to scan the QR code. It sends you straight to a Google link, a Google form actually. You can fill out all of your concerns. You see rats in your neighborhood, how often you see them, any solutions you may propose. And I'm trying to get as many signatures as possible. You can scan it and pass it around. And then I'm gonna share this information, continue to share with Mr. Jordan, who's gonna continue to share it with the Rat Czar. I've been sharing it with the Rat Czar as well, and other city officials, so we could get more garbage cans on our streets. Just more awareness. It would be great if we had some sort of, I don't want to say fine, but some sort of consequence, because people have to know that, like, you can't just put your garbage on abandoned buildings or just like, you know, litter in front of like property. It's just crazy. Where I live in between an abandoned home and an abandoned church. And the rats live in the abandoned home and then they eat at the abandoned church. Nation, you've seen it. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to raise as much awareness as possible and find solutions to the problem. So first, we can just pass it down, have people scan it, fill out the form. Please. Thank you very much. Me and Stephanie have been collaborating on it. She's helped me laminate and do all the stuff with it.
so I got a laminated there. So if you guys want, y'all can take some, put them around your area. So that way you can scan it and ask the question. And yeah, so about the Instagram, can't launch today, so everybody can see it. But I wanted to know what you guys would like to do on behalf of that, because we have to like organize it, and where we could probably work on a topic and then everybody could just like piggyback on another topic that they would like. Well, or what would be a great idea like for you guys? Or, like, yeah, for the like the first post and the second thing. Or the mission, I should say. Yeah. So so yeah. What is that? What they like, so topic they like to look at. Oh, wait, can we talk about it?
How are you doing? I'm Nisha. I'm sorry. I've come to a couple of meetings. I'm glad to see you have. Yeah, nice to meet you all. The Bronx. No, I know Brian.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
lives in the street.
Oh, okay.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mitchie. I live around 149 Grand Concourse.
Okay.
So yeah, I live around here. And this is my friend. So
But yeah, what would you guys want to do for the Instagram page?
If we could talk about, people getting employment, that would be good.
Okay,
I don't
so
know about like, I'm not really into online stuff, but if we were gonna do it, it would be good for like offering jobs for people that don't have experience or diplomas, because there's a
So-
lot of people that need stuff like that.
so you can like to take tasks and like the career and the education development, and where maybe you could get like research,
There's a lot of high school kids that they
don't know.
they doing jobs that aren't really beneficial. So if we could find better paying jobs for people that don't really have experience, that would be great. I'm new, so I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the idea. Y'all got me anxious because y'all got a camera.
Take a look at like this, let them know when exactly it is that's coming up, like if they're coming up in April, March, like the MTA right now, they're taking applications to be a bus operator for the whole
Yeah.
for the whole page.
You could tag like schools, like schools have their own Instagrams and stuff like that.
Right.
So if they were tagged in it, it would be posted on their sites. So kids that are following their schools will be able to see it so they can show interest. Or if they want to show up to the job fairs and stuff, it'll just expose them more. Like,
I'm actually, my question is, what happened to the survey that we were gonna do? Well, that
What survey was
to know what kids need and want. Yeah, I saw the rat one. Look, I filled out the rat one.
because it's time to do the survey? Because if we only come in once a month, it's hard for us to link. So if you guys are okay with coming Saturday, I don't mind. I'm here on Saturdays. I try to come the other Saturday. We could do a Saturday, we could do a Zoom, we could do whatever. I could make a group chat one.
That should probably be,
And I made the group chat, so when we wanna do something, we speak on it on the group chat, and then we could get stuff moving. Everybody really be,
I mean, we're all here now.
no, oh, yes, I mean, we wanna do it now.
Yeah, like we could brainstorm ideas and topics and questions that we could ask people to like really know what they're interested in,
Right.
so that we can engage people.
I mean, the survey's now, it's not done yet, right? So
Be some good questions for us to put into a survey to engage young people in our community. See what their interests are. Okay.
Here.
Not sure, man. On the, I created a flyer for us. I don't know if I created a flyer, but I created a form for us. That was the initial form that we were gonna use to send out to young people. Let me pull it up. And I'll tell you guys the questions that I have on it. We could talk about whether that's enough, whether we need more. But I think today, like Stephanie, like I think it's getting the Instagram page up and running. It's getting
Would you guys like the YA South Bronx movement?
yes.
YA South Bronx, that was great. YA. I'll make it right now. Hold this.
What's that?
For Instagram.
Oh,
Why, the only reason why I was there, because it was like somebody beat it fast, or so. Yeah, that's South Bronx. So,
that's what we're going.
I mean, that's.
Well, come on and join us. Happy to
Hi.
have enough of you.
Nice to meet you.
Come to.
Not having so. We're gonna class, so. Oh my God. Yeah, those are friends special too. After you do that.
But just, you could just sign for, just so we could, to take attention to everybody.
So,
Yes.
Oh,
Print it and then sign.
Zion, do you
What's
have
up?
that link?
Right now.
No, on the, like a doc, that is not the doc. Okay, so then you could share it, so then Mike could add any questions that he wanna add on the survey. So then that could be like our first posting.
You can put that in the bio. Can I put the form in the bio? First post,
Mission statement,
just like an introduction to it.
yes.
Yeah, so we came up with a mission statement.
Wait, hold on. What's your, what's it?
But how you doing, man? I'm Zion Baldwin.
Zach.
Yeah, tell us your full name.
Oh, well, my name is Zachariah Ravino. Zach.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Call me
Oh.
Art. So let's everybody tell them our name. As a matter of fact, we should have gone around and all
Yes.
citizens also.
Yes, my name is Stephanie. I'm chair of the Young Adults. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm Artelia, but you can just call me Art, and I serve on the board.
I'm Michael.
Hi, I'm Mitchie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Chris.
Taisha.
Jamie.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm Zion, chair in the Education and Youth Committee with Stephanie. She does young adults, I do education and youth, but we just come together to collab. But yeah, how'd you hear about this meeting?
So basically, I'm in college, I'm in college and I'm a political science major and I'm doing city politics. And they want me to go to a community board meeting and I seen like this one's young adults, since I'm like a young adult. I'm in Lehman College right now.
So you live here in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I live in this, yeah, they go to my city board. I live near Westchester, near like Jackson Avenue. Over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Political science.
Yeah.
On our Instagram to give, young adults easy access to find, to find any resources that they may need.
So we're creating like an Instagram page, just to spread awareness about like who we are, like these meetings right here. Know us, because it's a fairly new committee. Prior to like this is what, our third or fourth meeting,
Yes.
I think. But prior to this, we haven't really, the committee was kind of inactive. And so people didn't know what was going on. We didn't really have like, chair or any sort of leadership. So we just got it started back in like January. And now we're just, brainstorming different ideas to get it out to the public. But there's a lot of stuff we want to do, we want to engage young adults.
Now, Bronx movement, right? No dot, right? No. No. No folding.
I'm working on.
No folding.
Talking about cleaning up the rats in our community. So scan the QR code, you can check out the form I have. So Stephanie, this evening, some of the questions I put on the form. What's your name? How old are you? Do you live near Bronx Community Board 1? Okay, I want to know like what's their surrounding distance or how far they are from the board. Whether they're in high school, college, do you work? And then I went into can you choose some of the events that you would be interested in attending? So I had like movie night, game nights, basketball, sports tournaments, a barbecue and a cookout, which we gotta talk to Stephen and Anthony about, and get-togethers. Then I have, are you registered to vote? Do you know how to register to vote? Are you interested in registering? Is that, I don't know if that's what that might be a little.
Well, you know what, actually, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but, and I'm looking into that myself. Probably at our next meeting in June, I'm gonna bring some info. Getting in touch with the Board of Elections. My understanding is that if there's an event, like we're planning a barbecue, they will bring a table and have the tablets out there so that the people, as they come, could register So the Board of Elections will actually bring a person, I understand, that could do that. I'm gonna get back in touch with Stephen, and Anthony will be in touch with them, and myself, I will be communicating with them. And I would like that too, that when we have our day for the youth out there, because I think a lot of you do want to vote. And a lot of people don't know that when you're 18 and over, you could vote. You know, and it's not that they don't want to vote, it's that many times navigating that system could get a little difficult. And there's some tricky areas there that, you have to know how to so-called cross all your T's and dot all your I's, let me put it that way, in order to get through like to the next question, if not, yeah. But the easy step is that we can get the Board of Elections to bring a table, and they'll have the tablets out there and gear the people. And I know there'll be a lot of youth there, because if it's like a barbecue day, we're gonna have youth activities. I think that is gonna attract a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that even a lot of like immigrant parents, but their children are born here and they're 18 and over and they don't know that they could vote. They're not aware that they could vote actually, okay? So that is gonna be something that I myself will get some information on that. And I'm gonna be calling people from the Board of Elections. They're gonna be in touch with us. And I'm going to, in June, when we have our next meeting, see if I can get back in touch. I mean, I would like them to bring a table and set that up. And I think that's to be great for our whole board. As even our elected officials, look, the borough president, they're gonna love to see that, especially the youth are getting registered to vote. That is a priority. I remember that was one of the first things that Stephanie said at our first meeting. I want to see the youth vote, and they can know that they too have a say so in it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And you wanna do?
Hmm?
When?
I'm gonna be getting into, actually, I have a meeting on Friday. I'm gonna be having a meeting with one of the organizations regarding, and they're part of the Board of Elections. So probably by next week already, I could, usually what I do is I call up Stephen, bring him the information, get the cards of the people who could do that and how that can be set up. Because if we're getting ready to have our, definitely like a youth that we're gonna have, and I want to have as many resources out there as possible. Starting from getting kids to vote. Well, let me not call them kids, because you are, no, you're adults, so, yeah, but that's what I want to do. Just like today, I went to the library, but that's actually new business. Get to do that, then let's finish up with this. Go ahead.
I do want to mention though, before we continue on, like one of the barriers for some of the young adults to vote is that they may have like a record of some sort by the time they reach like a certain, so at that point, they're not eligible to vote. And some of them are not familiar with like the politics and feel like because I do work in Fortune, and so one of the questions is, are you interested in registering to vote? Oftentimes they say no, and the reason they say no is because they feel like the government, like even if their vote won't count. And so that misconception is still out there. And so they may still not vote, even if they're registering. So like more of having a conversation about how does the different levels of government, how does it work voting locally compared to voting in.
That's a good point, since you work at Fortune, the libraries with workshops.
Yeah.
Where they could let them know how it works.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And a lot of them also have a lot of negative interaction with police and YPD. And so they don't believe in the system overall or the court system. So they feel like they have to do their own way and get their own solutions, while there's other ways they could get to that.
That's a good point that you're making, and it's a very realistic one. And I do know that one of the other people I'm gonna bring in here, the Bronx Defenders, who give the Know Your Rights workshops to these youth, is a very welcoming entity. And they do a lot of civic engagement workshops too, but we can do it also. And because you're right, there are a lot of people like that have felonies, misdemeanors, and they are eligible to vote. But there are also people that get so discouraged with the system. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be one of those people a long time ago when I was one to you too. I didn't always have gray hairs, okay, but at one point, when I was a 19-year-old, I was like, you know what? They don't care about it. These politicians, they're not gonna do anything to help. When I was a 19-year-old girl, I thought that way. It was one person. I did some civic engagement workshops and started getting more and more involved. And someone said, well, look, Audrey, the system is always going to be the system, but somehow we found a way to help each other out. And then I started to know, what is the city? What is the state? Who is the Senate? Who is your Congress? Who are the people? Because guess what? Somebody let me know, Archie, you pay taxes and they don't get your permission. When you get your paycheck, they take your taxes and they don't ask permission for it, but these people are getting paid by you. And that's when I started caring more. But look, I was one of those youngsters when I was a 19-year-old girl. For a while there, I got discouraged. And I know that a lot of you sometimes get discouraged. I don't blame you. And a lot of them don't trust the system. You're right, even like with the police engagement situation, but we're trying to patch that up. And again, the Know Your Rights workshops helped me a lot too, because I was able to bring that information to my friends. What do you do when the cop stops? What are the things that you should say and what are the things that you shouldn't say? How do we handle? Because hey, that's what, yeah, we are targeted. I know it's not a fair system, but there are ways that we can go beyond. So that's a good point. And thank you for bringing it up. And I want our youth to feel comfortable. We know we're in a messy system. Look, the system, no, it's not fair. I don't think it is personally. Look, I have gray hairs now. I don't always have gray hairs now. I was once a 19-year-old girl who felt that the system didn't care about us. And I used to say that. I used to say, why should I be voting with these politicians? They don't care about me. Okay. Look, I grew up around here when everything was burned down. I remember those fires. I was born and raised right here in this neighborhood. So you can imagine what that did to you. Okay, and Stephanie, you can talk about your experiences too, right? And I felt, I remember that fire. I remember my school burned down and they didn't care about us. And then the aftermath of the fire, there was a lot of vandalism here and everything. And I felt, you know something? Why should I be voting for anybody? They don't care about you. You know what someone told me? I'm gonna tell you how I started voting. They told me, well, you can abstain, but your ballot still counts. Okay? And go to some of these politicians. So the next time you want a favor, you go there during election to the congressman's office and let them know who you're and show them they used to give us a voter's card. Got registered. I brought that card to the congressman's office and he hurried up and ran and gave me the favors I want. That changed my whole perspective. I said, wait a minute now. Things did change. But I go that way see what I'm saying? So I think we have to encourage the youth and let them know what the real facts are and let them know that they do count. Sometimes it takes one person sometimes to make that whole difference. You'd be surprised. And a lot of the youth, I don't blame them for getting discouraged. I understand why they get it. And when you deal with the criminal justice system, that's not an easy system to act, especially with the youth. You know, that sometimes they get, I don't blame them. But thanks for listening to me today.
Yeah. Well, I passed around some topics that to work on getting the information on so that way we could post it in our platform. I just finished making the Instagram, so we got the Instagram. Um, now,
The link in the bio.
no, I just
She just made it.
that would be pictures.
So has the survey already been created?
No, that has the wait, I guess it started.
Yes. Actually, so back to the questions really fast. So a bunch of the questions I just had as background questions, like who you are, how old you are, you live in this community. Next questions were, are you registered to vote? Do you know how to register? Are you interested? Then after that, it was what issues do you feel like are impacting your community? Select all that apply. Homelessness, food insecurity, lack of extracurricular activities, not enough jobs, to your point, housing affordability, and unemployment. Okay. Then I went on to ask, why do you think your answer choice from above is an issue? So I want to know why they think the things that are issues to them. Why do you think those are issues? You know, what do you see in your community that's making these things, stick out to you? And then finally, what's one thing you feel like you can do to help your community? And what's one thing you think other people can do to help your community? That's the total of my questions. Is there anything you guys feel like I'm missing or can add in there? I'll just add it. So I'm thinking in terms of the medium, I'm gonna just do the same thing I did. Make a
Have people been scanning the
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So I just passed it out to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Is there data on that? Yeah. Is there data on that? Like you have numbers that you see when people check out the QR code for the rat?
That awareness forms, you send it to a spreadsheet of all the info on the spreadsheet that I can pull up for you. That's how I sent it. I sent that spreadsheet to the rat czar and to Anthony, and it has everybody. It tells you the date and it has like all the questions that people answer. Tells you what they chose, all of that stuff. So like that's all in one big spreadsheet. So it will work the same way with this form as well. I think that in terms of
Does it show you like what they're usually they're in?
yes, it will show you. So this question, right? Do you live near Bronx Community Board 1? It'll show me whether they chose yes, no. I think so, but I'm not sure.
I meant for the rat. They show you like if you scan it in a certain way to show you this scans. Like, or
So basically the question, it only shows you the responses to like the questions that they asked. So the question that I asked was, do you live near St. Anne's, Brook Avenue, Third Avenue, or like what, Portland or something like that? And so based on that question, whatever they responded with is what I can see. So yeah, I'll see some people like you live in Brook, Third, such and such. But maybe I have to update this question to like see, to like be more specific to see like exactly where people live. We should link up after Saturday, after the pantry, and just hand out like these youth engagement flyers, like 10, 15 minutes. We could do it outside of the board office, go to Brook Avenue back this way. Maybe some of us can go to Portland Avenue this way.
also
Different places.
the flyers regarding important information. You guys can always come here and we have laminators so we could put them up outside and they won't get messed up. And Michael, if you have more questions that you wanna post, just share links, share emails so that way he can add them before he. Cause do you have a deadline on when they're posted? The survey for,
Survey is you can update it. So literally, I think we should throw it in the bio like today, tonight, and then whether we want to just update it, I'll just come in, or anybody. I'm gonna give everybody access that wants access. They can just come in, update it, and then new questions will be there.
so. Because I noticed that some questions were. Like it's silly.
So this survey, I personally feel like it's general. I feel like it's broad. I did have 3 questions that were kind of repetitive with the vote. I said, are you registered to vote? Do you know how to register to vote? And are you interested in registering to vote? Is that repetitive?
It should be, are you registered to vote? Yes or no? Would you like to register? Yes or no? That's it.
Question. Are you registered to vote? The answer is no. I would ask why. Because some of these people don't know that they're eligible to vote, especially you. And I would ask why, and then take it from there. And that might be a strategy all by itself. Okay? So,
Can it be that particular question pops up if somebody says no, and then that question pops up? If someone says yes, it's unnecessary to answer them.
Make it is, let's put it so it's not required to answer this question. Basically, if you said no, or if you said yes, I'm registered to vote, then cool, you can skip the next question.
Right.
If you said no, then
But make it optional again.
yeah, exactly, make it happen. So the 2 questions should be, are you registered to vote? Why or why not? And then, are you interested in registering to vote? That's the second.
well, if they say no, if they say yes, there should be an automatic, the next question. Can you do it that way? Can
So,
you formulate it like, there's like a format?
yeah, I can.
Because they say yes doesn't mean that they know how to apply to
Oh.
vote.
Yeah, well, no, if they're registered.
If they're
to vote,
registered, they
obviously
can vote.
apply.
Oh, okay.
Are you registered?
I
to
think
vote?
I think I lost it.
On the,
Not really, because I was registered before I knew how to register, because when I got my ID, they asked me and they did it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
So that's
Well, you can check the box.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's but you're at the
That is
DMV,
also
so
part
you
of
don't
the
know the
process.
process of re-registering after.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you get that, you are registered to vote. And if you check no, obviously.
That's why
Oh,
they
I
send
didn't
you out, send you this thing in the mail for you to register again.
I've never re-registered. I just did that for the DMV and
You
that's
just
it.
be like,
And that's it. Yeah, I didn't have to do
But
it.
oh, you get updates on your ID. Some people. So if they use like, let's say, some people get like SNAP or something like that, and they use that as identification, then they're not going to the DMV to, pick to vote and stuff like that
Gotcha,
when they're reapplying.
Gotcha.
Sorry, so we did have a new guest. Hi. Hi.
Oh, hi, I'm Rebecca. So I live in the
Okay.
from that area.
Oh, that's a real
You was trying to hide actually.
I've never been in. He knows.
Oh,
I go to. Yeah, but I work there, so. Yeah.
So right now we're working on launching an Instagram page to provide information and easy access on resources, topics that young adults like. Oh, yeah, that's it. So it's almost, I feel like, we can add anything and feel like, do some research and provide that information on our platform. Then maybe for the information.
Okay, yeah, so we were thinking for like the first Instagram post would put like our mission statement, which is to provide young adults with opportunities for personal development, community engagement. And resources. We aim to create an inclusive environment to empower young adults to express themselves, create meaningful connections, and impact in their community. What do you guys think? Okay. So,
Say it again. I'm sorry. Say it again.
to provide adults with opportunities for personal development, community engagement, and resources. We aim to create an inclusive environment to empower young adults to express themselves, create meaningful connection, and an impact in their community. I can forward and send you and.
He's on action.
I was just wondering, because some people are, like, for me, when people hand me flyers in public, I just take them and I put in my bag. And I hope one day that I look at them. So I know there are some people that are like that. So would it be possible to do like a sponsored post on Instagram so people see it? And it could be
Oh, yes,
like
no,
a,
that's actually for our Instagram.
That's just
That's the post for the
oh,
Instagram.
for the, no, I mean like a sponsored ad for
Oh, for, I
like
think what
the
we put
surveyor.
for the I mean, since Instagram, what I could do for the Instagram, I could put it like a blog, like a personal blog, and I could have it.
I would
propose
like
it.
on the page.
Yeah, so cause if, like, my page right now, like, I'll just put, I don't pay for it,
Yeah.
but this one, but it'll be like, I'll boost it.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
For the survey?
For the actual Instagram page, so that you could.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Because if you put business, like a business page on Instagram, it already start promoting without you even wanting to promote.
Well, I was gonna say like a good like I think you could do like help support it as like obviously he said earlier is like the tournaments like you do basketball tournaments or something like
Yes,
that. Those
yes.
things are like it will definitely bring in a lot of people and stuff like
course,
people like to watch and stuff like sports in general. And like I feel like let's say like if you give them a jersey or something, you could like put like the logo on the jersey.
Right,
Something
from
like that.
Bronx, right?
Yeah, you put like D.
Let me ask you something. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but earlier you said that they made you come to a community board meeting. Who's they, and why were you
Oh,
somewhat forced to?
I wasn't forced to come. I gotta go to class. I gotta.
So you mean the school forced you?
No, but the school didn't force me. I got an assignment and to go to a community board meeting, and I mean like might as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna be analyzing all of this like later.
Something you learned about school because I went to school upstate. Basically, one of the assignments was like find your local community board or school board or such and such board, and then write up a report on the meeting you went to.
Yeah.
And then I went to a school board meeting, and then that's how I was like, oh, school boards exist, community boards exist. That's how I kind of like learned about it. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They don't know it's like sent to us, like how.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And that comes with the Instagram page. And then as well as once we launch it, which today we'll probably put a little bit of content, to create a day in where we could have like an introduction meet and greet here at the community board, and where we could invite young adults from the community to get to know us, get to know, where we stand for, what we could do, any issues that they may have in their community or in their buildings, they could bring it here and we could try to solve it the best way possible.
Where's our data that tells us what schools are here? Any breakdown on student
That was-
enrollment? I don't remember that. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't here. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll collect it again. And send it to you.
Right.
Remember, because we like split between District 7.
Oh, I remember that conversation. Yeah, but I don't remember seeing numbers of breakdown.
That was actually from the Fortune, who
Oh,
they gave us. Those are all the schools. Those are everything around.
I got. I did see that.
I feel like also a great like spot like that you guys could do it. Like obviously like park in general. I feel like St. Mary's Park is like a good spot. 'Cause, like that's like that might be. I feel like that might be like the best spot to do because there's like so many different schools. Like my high school was right there.
You gotta
Like
pick
there's so many things. And
Not too early though either.
not too early.
Yeah. Not too early.
Obviously.
Do it at least 12, maybe 10, 11, 30.
Yeah, I understand that, like a little lunch thing out there, set up a little table. And I don't care if it's all within about is potato chips.
They have a picnic
But
area.
people like it, well, I know they do, but we don't wanna, you know what? I'd rather stay in the park.
I feel like the best.
I don't wanna go too far in. You know what?
It would be better to be in the walkway area maybe
Exactly.
because the park
Yeah.
area actually stays very cluttered during certain times of the day. And if you're trying to get to the youth, then the time that they're gonna be there is gonna be like bombarded with a lot of children. So you don't want to get trampled over because in that area,
My thing is that I notice sometimes these are the ones who are taking care of the children. See what I'm
sometimes the
saying?
youth are the
I'm
ones
putting
with the
together a
children.
strategy going for them. Because I noticed that a lot of these children are not with the parents.
No, it is, they are the parents. That's the
Well,
thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if that's gonna, if we draw the crowd in, and then we can yes, we're giving the youth. I agree with that, but I think I don't have a problem giving the information to a 6-year-old kid who's gonna pass it out to a teenager. Because I know that happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to introduce our DM. Mr. Anthony Joyner, would you please introduce yourself to us? They love reading books.
Put you with a spot, but how do you feel about recording a video now? You wanna, you don't wanna say like who you are, what all of us are doing here right now, what this board is about? 30 seconds, running gun. After that, trying to start.
Yeah. One of the issues I also see with some of our here is delivery. Like they feel like they cannot relate to somebody because some of them have a different life. They are from the street. They are connected with people who are in gangs, and so they feel themselves to be different from us. Like so, maybe like something eye catching because everyone can relate that. Like majority of people don't have an issue with the Bronx of some sort. So maybe like a nice hug on the flyer, like how do you feel about the Bronx? Or, what's wrong with, what would you fix about the Bronx? Or something like, and I feel like people will be more prone to like scan the QR code and like say.
You gave out water bottles. Like if you gave out ice cold water and like, people are thirsty during the summer, they probably pay more attention to what you're saying for free water, anything. And you can always get packages of water, so it won't be too expensive.
That's how we thought it is, so they could exactly where to go. 'Cause like I said, everybody knows St. Mary's Park, but nobody knows.
That's
what
really
we're
good.
committed for. Yeah, no, this could
Like
be,
first
we could-
time.
yeah, no, definitely a little, gathering, we can hand out like food, like, some music. If we could get funded for some.
To the gym.
I think they were.
Attract so much attention. Yeah, like us. I'm telling you, poor thing. I'm telling you, it's so.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it'll be so much more attention.
I'm trying to do a fundraiser now with the Bronx and Democrats. I was trying to do a 3-point competition. And get people from their side and get people from our side, like you guys and you guys, like your friends. And we just come together, do a 3-point competition with whoever signs up, raise as much money as possible. Get visibility. I think it would be really dope. We could put that on Instagram page.
Some sports.
Well, also for like girls, you do volleyball, like
Volleyball.
that thing. Yeah. No, I know.
He said,
Put the ball in. Not.
it could be a raffle on what would be the biggest interest for the area. I'm sorry. That was a good idea. It was a good idea. Running track, there's a lot of young females that like to run track now. Not for me.
Because we're at a generation that will overlap in 1 minute. I know a lot of girls that love basketball. They're good at it.
Yep, soccer,
Okay.
baseball.
And you know, when I was a kid, we had the double dutch tournament. You'd be surprised. The boys were good at that. Sometimes had more boys jumping in it, and they won't.
Yeah.
So, and I heard double dutch was made an Olympic competition now officially.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but
I don't know,
what I'm saying, I think this generation nowadays will overlap in 1 minute, and which I think is actually good. So
So for the survey, you guys, sending information to Zion, that way we could launch it. Let's do a deadline. Like, so that way, if anybody has any questions, they could just post it.
Listen, I feel like it's good enough.
I mean, we give everybody like at least like 3 days. So to come up with any more questions that they may. And then we could do that, we could do the videos, anybody that comes on Saturday. Maybe we could do a video on the pantry, showing that's that can really work. Not sure if you guys know, but on Saturdays we do pantry distribution to the community at 10:30. It starts And then we start distributing about 11. So you guys have.
If I can add, man, that's the initiative that you guys thought of, maybe thought of, that food insecurity is a big issue when families are going hungry, and so y'all charged the board to say, we do something about that. So we're glad to partner with this committee who founded this issue, our chair, and to make sure that we give out fresh fruits and produce. That's good every Saturday, like the chair said, that we out here at 10 o'clock. We definitely start serving. We serve for almost 200 families every Saturday. And so making that impact is something that we definitely need to make as much positive noise about what young people are doing in this neighborhood. And that's one of it. And so we're looking at definitely getting more positive charges that we need to be doing better as a board to make sure that they see young people like you who are not teenagers, but not the older adult, who are out here about business and making sure that we inherit this community. This community is working as about its business and doing big things. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Do we have to list the sheets so we don't have anybody sign up today?
We make sure we have the volunteer sheets ready for those. I know some of y'all don't want to give up your Saturday mornings, but I like free peppers and cartoons too. So the free pepper and cartoons, we definitely need your support out here on Saturday. Thank you.
Anything on the paper? Q&As, so we could do a video on the Q&As that we have on the table so that everybody can review it and we don't put on the slide, but and then I have some community cleanup initiatives that we could look at, whichever you guys like the most, we could probably work on. I thought Adopt a Block was nice, and where we could, collaborate with like local businesses, schools.
Oh, I got one, I guess it's kind of like a big issue. I don't know if y'all guys are overlooking that or not. But I feel I guess it's like the air quality.
Okay.
I feel like if you go to other places, the air is way different than here. I mean, I guess it's not really our fault, but all the factories over there, that's kind of in our area, but it's insanely different. Oh, factory.
Or, yeah, that-
I think
I
that-
think they have that, like, the extension, like, the packages.
I'll be city biking and when I'm in certain areas versus this area it's way different it's really if you could feel the air different and I imagine older people it might be a little harder older yeah yeah
Funny thing about the trees is that there's not enough spaces to
Yeah.
plant it,
What about, like, something filter?
So what we sure we talk more about it, but my understanding is that it's for more machines are for inside, inside, right? We can talk whether or not there's a project about that. We can talk about where DEP has. Yes,
Providing.
we can talk to Caesar,
That's-
partner with Caesar.
we don't have enough space.
But no, we're speaking about like getting like a project and where we could see places that are more like got more pollution and asthma or the air is more like congested, where we could provide.
Yeah, so if I can add, Madam Chair, but yeah, there are not a lot of open spaces that here in the or access open spaces. We are the only borough in the entire city that does not provide open recreational access to our waterfronts. And so and it's because it's usually closed down at a certain time, so people can't go a boat into some water and use canoe or our parks. The only park we have is St. Mary's Park. All the other parks are like tar and metal and so on. So or fake grass, right? So open green space. That's a command. We can always, we did before, pull the Parks Commission in and talk about that. Challenge our office about where we can show that they're providing more open green space for our young people to be able to do recreational activities, let's get involved, or just to chill, to have respite. So,
That's now.
Battle.
One of the
People don't know where.
Sources of oxygen and other trees go to trees if you notice, trees go shorter. So it's not a wide range of oxygen.
Yeah, so we just definitely found it.
Everybody has a car, everybody uses public transportation. It's just, it's always gonna be smoking, gases.
The alarm. Now we have the fire. I was thinking like, if we could get funded in where they could provide a machine that cleans in.
I get what you're saying, and
Like
I'm saying that,
fire.
so that's what you're saying, Madam Chair. So the community board job is to provide any city service, any Department of Parks, Department of Sanitation, Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, Department of DEP, which is the environmental, any agency that to put them at your command, at your front door, to be able to work on an idea or project that's been thoughtfully thought out, and a project that you guys want to work on, take charge of. If we talking about clean water, we talking about rat mitigation, touching on my brother's iron purposely. We're talking about where we have open green space. If anything that you can see, these community relations, we need to have a conversation about how cops interact with when someone is arrested or when someone is dealing with mental health. Whatever you are thinking, this is our job to be able to bring that to your front door and be able to say to that commissioner, to that agency head, what's this about? Okay, have you tried this? Have you thought about this? Can we do something with that? And we will do that. So this is why we meet, to chat it up, chop it up and see what we can do.
On like nature, in terms of their buildings, that could be spoken of.
It's definitely something to talk about. We are so the chair meets every, you have two chairs actually on this committee, that's Sergeant Arm, and meet monthly with the executive committee. We plan on making sure that we bring the night ahead to our next committee board meeting in June. A great opportunity for you to be able to hopefully stay in contact with us so we can let you know that she's coming, because we want to talk about why is it taking so long to get repairs done? Why do apartments look the way they look? Are people sleeping in the hallways and that's the case? Why are these apartments are vacant and people are on a list at night just for years? So all these things are important to us. What you say is important is what we want to get on. We want to stand on business, whatever you guys think. And so that
The party. And so we could do the adapt the block. That's something that we could work on as well. We do the rat high stations, so we could actually start working on that maybe Saturday through touch base on that. So it's, yeah, yeah, we could. That.
For like green spaces, can we also add like dirt spaces for like young people to hang out at? Cause like, let's be honest, around here, you can't even sit in those places.
No, you
Like the
cannot.
Starbucks purpose, it doesn't have seats. And same thing with the Dunkin'. We barely have libraries, so these kids have literally nothing. And like, yes, if you're into sports, yeah, you can play basketball, but what about the kids that don't want? The ones that just want to hang out and just be in like other spaces, you know? Just want to.
Speak on that. Yeah, the Melrose one.
Talking about.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the music.
I was thinking about that. So folks, make sure that that's definitely.
I agree. It is something that that's, because, garbage creates fraud. What's what they put to fix the streets, yet we have so many cars in the streets, but we have no bitch, the forces that's leaking into the. We got, we pretend to have. No, you never see them with the car. Yeah, no car. Oh, yeah. Driving by.
way there. So
I know.
where the Chipotle is now, it's basically around the corner from there. It's on Morris Avenue, I believe. That's it.
Oh, no, you talked about a different thing, I think. You talked about,
That's,
you talked about St. No, she's talking about St. John.
yeah.
I'm talking about the nation, where the churches are in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
district.
But that goes to something that we can always talk to.
Underground libraries, I do
Where's
see some
that?
community gardens that I see no one really.
I was gonna come up
It's
with
sure to the community garden.
you love the community garden.
Where does Jackson lie? What's that? Is that? Jackson is by the two lines. No, I'm talking about like, what is that considered to be? Or they said Melrose.
Yeah. Well, no, she wants to know what's the district. Yeah.
By Haven, okay.
That's,
Yeah,
that is.
okay, my Haven. I think I live
Just as
right there. And it ends exactly on one, where does it end exactly?
Well,
Oh, there's
Jackson's 4 blocks off from St. Mary's. That's not right next to here. Caldwell, you know the Trinity.
You know how black people just be like, some of them. Girl, you know that.
And I know for a fact, personally, that you love coming to community gardens. I myself belong to one. We would like to see every neighborhood have their own garden. That's actually our goal.
We don't do
It's a far-fetched goal, but yeah.
The lady, she has that, like, husband. What you go.
Yeah,
Like, the people own
Across
it,
from St. Mary's.
they just so.
These gardens, you feel like it belongs to that particular building, or the particular person with the key, and then the neighborhood can't use it.
That happens all the time. Remember
Yeah.
that we try to open also the whole community. And we even have hours. And there are membership hours too. What we try to do is, it's up to the board of those gardens, that's how they're run, to make those kind of decisions. But if if you live in that neighborhood, you do those questions. When are you opened up to the community? Because community gardens are part of the Parks and Recreation Department. Okay, so technically speaking, they belong to the community. And I know sometimes you do have even gardens that are very cliquish with their membership. But my advice, go in there and ask, can we come in here too? And they're supposed to, we, for example, make several events available just for the community. That if you wanna, sometimes we give out seats to people, we give out plans to people. We have different harvest activities in there to engage the whole community. But you have a right to go in there and ask questions.
I feel like many,
I'd be like block these when you do that.
like many young people don't know they can actually go.
One time, people actually go to the gardens and ask them, like, she's been denied at a garden. I went to the garden on Melrose, I asked them if I could go in there, they denied me. So it's not, sometimes really, yeah.
Sometimes stuff goes like.
I went to your garden, they denied me. I was trying to grow some collard greens. Yeah, all the greens.
Somebody of the membership would pay. And you do have some of those members that are very, and they're not always, I know that there are people there that are not always wealthy.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I would open up that gate in 1 minute to the people, but I'm not always the one
But how
there.
do we,
I'm not, well,
Like, how do we have gardens available for not including the community?
on to the Parks and Recreation Department.
But it should be a ticket for denying access to people that should be allowed access.
But
Cause that's,
Garden.
that's, like
So bold.
covering over.
That's a good question.
And I'm not like, I wanna go again. Cause we're all the ones that's in there.
It is cute.
I want to chat up about the board office. It's your office. It's the office of the community, the people's house. It's always, so that the spot is where you should always come in and feel welcome to. And also be mindful of working on projects. But a challenge for this committee, the chair and I talked about this about yesterday. Our walls are bland and plain, and nothing is happening here. It doesn't look like it should. Not a place people should feel welcome to come in. It doesn't look very community. It looks like very official, very dull. So we have this committee, and the chair about it, mural project. We want this committee to design. We have the summer that we all to design a mural idea for the walls that are in this office. Remember, this is a professional office, so we don't want to just be mindful of that. What you make, but murals are also something, a way, a means of expression, because we think that people who should be, so it should have a means of expression from every committee. Remember this, we have about 12 committees, from LGBTQIA to Health and Human Services, to young adults, to everything that this committee should work on. So our mural, our office should be mindful to speak about it. Again, be mindful this is a professional office space. We want you guys to be in charge about how it looks. So when you have people who come up into meetings, you guys leadership, we can thinking about it. And if we want somebody to come to your spot, whether it was your hangout spot or your spot when you do your business, where you have your business minded idea, or where you will entertain friends and so on, in a very professional looking way, what would you like to see on this spot? Think about this being a white canvas and giving ideas to the chairs of both the education and youth and of the young adult committee about what could this be looking like. So when we also can paint our artists, because we have a lot of artists. This district has a lot of artists who live here. When we retain the artists, you guys will be responsible for saying, this is the artist I want to go with. This is the artist I don't want to go with, because they can take my ideas, almost pick it out your head, and put it up on this canvas. So, like the sister right here who talked about making sure we have open space. It should reflect open space. It should reflect having access to community gardens. It should be access to clean and affordable housing. It should access to education. It should talk about mixed generations, mixed races, everything. So we are charging this committee with the goal in the next couple of minutes. What's going on, brother? Having a couple of people who are going to be talking about making sure that you can think in the mind. So if some of you who like mural art, if you go to certain parts of the community, think about that, how we should look. So remember, we represent Mott Haven, Port Morris, Melrose. So let's get that. It's on your plate. Thank you, Chair.
So much.
So the deadline is we have ideas starting, we have the deadline starting when it's going into July. So July, we should start having your July, we're off July and August. But so we want to have something by June, we want to have it by the June meeting, June 1st, or the June board meeting, that we start having some ideas on drafts on canvas. Because the full board has to be able to say, yay or nay. This is everybody's face. You guys are amazing. You're the biggest thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. The next one is proposing funds for road stations. I've been noticing that there's a lot of separative dogs and people around this area and around my area. So maybe we could try to, I don't know, I've been seeing them around the night check. And where they have now the food stations and the back.
I mean, people literally steal them dog things and then they start stuffing them with garbage and stuff.
Yeah, they do. That's all about it.
I think that was like a flood thing, but it's not for years now that they have them, they just don't refill them or they do it.
And that's never gonna do nothing to people that don't wanna pick
So
it
maybe
up. If they don't wanna pick it up, they just won't.
Started to
Well, I got to change the law, I did have to one. And when I was a kid growing up around here, the person didn't pick up after their door, they got to stop.
Definitely.
They were
They're not
very
even
strict.
enforced anymore.
Well, I'm advocating, there are areas in New York City where that does get enforced. Try going to Central Park, try going over to Club, so I know the areas, put your door and don't pick up, they're getting a $200 fine. Now, they were doing that at Eagle Park and it got nice and clean for a while. I don't know what happened that they stopped. Okay, they started hitting, you hit them in their pockets. And these dog walkers, they talk to each other. Okay, and I know that when they started finding them, that park got real clean. I don't know why they stopped. Okay, but my understanding is that the NYPD has an environmental officer that is supposed to be doing rounds.
Right, because I do see.
But like the traffic controller, they get tickets with the park.
There is some.
The property, because that's drawing in all of the rats.
I'll say that if you bump in, there'd be like a $50,000 charge and stuff like that.
Well,
I mean,
We talked about
Yeah.
when I walk
when you
in,
hear somebody and they don't pick up after they enter,
you know, sometimes
the
it's
children,
that if
you
you're walking,
can report it, you could
especially
get
the
$30.
newer buildings that they have now, people are like blowing things out the window, and everything. Well, they were very strict. If a person was seen doing that, they got put on probation and they got evicted.
So. Speaking about the meeting and how we could coordinate that, so that way. We could play everything. We could play a little bit of everything. That could be like the introduction thing. Ourselves and who we are here for. Basically, on that. And I also remember that on the packet that I gave you guys, like an outline of how we could get that coordinated. So everything is basically on the packet. Hopefully, the next meeting, everyone will come together with some research on any of the topics that's there, so we can put it together. So Michi,
Oh, yes.
yes, you said that you would like to do the education and career development.
Oh, did I say
Which
that?
it, it's nothing crazy. It's just, getting information. Maybe you could look up all the exams that are coming up for MTA, sanitation,
Sure.
Police.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that because
communication.
honestly, I work in security, so
Okay.
I end up having conversations with a lot of people that have to do with fields like that.
No, and it's online. You could always send them to me. We could always make a doc. We'll try to make it.
So I'll get like access to websites that they can apply
Right, like
on.
that, exactly.
Yeah, like quick access things that they can just go on
Right,
Google
right.
and apply.
Based on like, right,
Yeah.
like that they have internships,
Yeah.
programs.
Because I know a lot of kids are having issues with, especially like in Indeed and ZipRecruiter, they have a
Right.
lot of
There's a lot of
falsified
fake-
jobs and
a
stuff
lot
like
of fake
that.
jobs.
So at this point, it gets like really like degrading to try to keep trying to get a job when you don't even know which one is the real ones or not. So
Right, right.
yeah, it's better off just going to the websites themselves.
Thinking of chairs and young adults. That you guys research.
Okay, yeah.
Make it happen in summer. Yes.
You said you wanted to do civic information. Right, and then board. What you have with the board?
You guys come up with better ideas because there's more of them. So I got things started. So I'm gonna. Yeah. There's nothing yet.
And where, why you laughing?
Oh, no, no.
Okay. You can create programs, or to let people know about the programs that's in their area.
Yeah.
The ones that's.
Oh, like reaching with the kids in centers and stuff.
So
And you have to create it.
Yeah, I know. I know in Mary's rec center, because after the like before that, that thing was like popping like people the same year.
You're gonna open up next year.
Yeah, I need that.
Cause they, two of them, the one that's by Jackson and that one.
Maybe we could find another one that's around here, that maybe we can coordinate.
I don't know if there's any, I don't know.
Or it can be like, if we can find someone who wouldn't mind coaching in St. Mary's, like early mornings or something like that.
Far.
Right by the-
One in Cortland?
Yes, yes. And they got a basketball thing in there, they have, it's not as big as St. Mary's, no, it's not. Well, I wonder if
Yeah,
that's
so find out how. Right, find the main locators of sports and of sport locations that you like to go. Start doing that, and then we could just do the outline, find a venue around the time. What would you like to see there? What would you like to talk about there? What would you like? So that's gonna be for the sports. That's basically physical health. Right? And then
I guess, yeah.
you mentioned you wanted to do like human rights
Yeah.
with this, with the justice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that. Okay. Yes, no, that could be something that we could put in for now. Yes, yes. We can have, yeah, we could have, in our web, in our Instagram, we could have where the trust is gonna be. You know, where they're gonna be at, where they're located. That would be good. I know you entrepreneurship. Or, you know, which one would you like to have it for?
I got my buttons too.
But Mike, you got two.
You have assignments?
Assignments.
I'm back in school, I guess. Yeah.
About our resources. You know, we all together though. No, 18 to 26, 30.
I'm still there.
No, we still there. We all still there. By spirit, we all still there.
Let me get a.
Oh, we here. But we. That's what we wanted to go. That's what we want. We want to right. What we didn't, and what we felt to make us progress. So we're gonna do that in school, the entrepreneurship and innovation or financial psychology. Just get it like research. So don't do it, so that we can put it in. The best way. The end result to actually be. Oh, that's a good thing. Okay. I think that's something to let us know about.
So, what's up, y'all? My name is Emmanuel. I go by he and his. And I am actually the director of membership of the New York City Network of Worker Cooperatives. We are a business trade association of many worker cooperatives across the city.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. So
What?
I am the membership director for the New York City Network of Worker Cooperatives. Yeah, and so we work with a ton of worker cooperative businesses across the city. And we're gonna have this big event. It's being called the Bronx Town Hall on Worker Cooperative. We're using it as an opportunity to just let the public know about the resources that the city offers to support young entrepreneurs who are interested not in traditional businesses, but in more revolutionary radical business models, that being worker cooperative model. And so we have a QR code. We already booked the spot at the Y. It's for June 6th from 5 to 8. The first hour is going to be vendors. Then at 6, from 6 to 8 is going to be the program. That's going to be an opportunity for y'all to know about the different co-op developers that exist, not just here in the borough, but all across the city. Y'all gonna learn about the different organizations that offer technical assistance for existing businesses and prospective businesses that are looking to just like get the tools needed to get a kickstart. And yeah, one thing I didn't say is I am also on the board.
So if I wanna be a cook, do I should come by and be enjoying this?
You should probably join this meeting if you're interested in being a cook. But I would encourage you,
Old or
and I would encourage you to bring at least two more people to make it three because a work cooperative is democratic.
Went to event, went to event coordinator.
Yeah. So yeah, so we could talk about the minimum for the game night. And that could be our basically our young adults making production.
What y'all gonna do about the crackhead that's over there? I mean, unfortunately.
You working in the resource community. Well,
Be more specific, you said over there, where do you? find that?
Right here, like right there,
Information?
like right there.
Yes, unfortunately, we do have a lot of people in our district who are unfortunately addicted to control them. Illegal control them. And so we are working tirelessly with the agencies out here to make sure they're working to. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
They like literally right there, and like I see them every day. I go to the gym or I go to school every day. They're always there, all the time. Like and they're like
You identify them in the hub, we identify them on St. Mary's Park, we identify them in a lot of places. We have a large drug problem. That's nothing that no one can deny. How we deal with them, everybody has an idea about how to deal with them. And we're working with them to make sure they have access to programming, those who are interested in programming, for those who are interested in treatment, those who are unfortunate in breaking the law, we're cracking down tough on them to make sure that they're unfortunately incarcerated. But we understand also that we have an unjust justice system sometimes that go resources and services. So we're working with folks on different ways. We can't just scoop them up and put them all in the spot. I know, I get it when you like say they're everything. It's like
a lot of students
like,
there too.
Right, I get it. I definitely get it. That is oversaturation. It's happening in our district. We unfortunately have the most methadone and other controlled substance programming that's in our district. We're fighting every day to show that we need to do more to be able to help these people instead of people addicted to a controlled substance. We need people like you to come with smart ideas to challenge our government. No, I'm serious. You think you don't have the answer? You probably got the answer in you somewhere to be able to say, this is, I don't want to walk through this every day, is what I'm hearing you saying. And I understand. So you're not saying anything wrong or anything no one has not repeated to us in my time here or in this neighborhood. I grew up here also most of my life. And so I'm interested, if you got other smart ideas, you should definitely come and chat it up with me afterwards, because we want to make sure that we get our brothers and sisters or those who are impacted to make sure to get them back, get their lives back together again. So don't be embarrassed and don't be shy about what you're saying. Appreciate you. Thank you. We have a lot of harm reduction organizations that are talking to people. We have a network standing at the corner. We have a lot of, I don't want to take what the chairs, but yes, they are programming here. We need to also challenge our programs to do more, to do it more efficiently and not just, do the run to the mill process of taking the, I don't want to make believe I know what they're doing or try to challenge them on doing, but I want to encourage them to do it in a I'm sure it's a bunch of programs. I don't want to identify any right now, but there's a bunch of programs that we're working with the Third Avenue bid because we know that it's like you go right there to the hub, some people want to walk in, so now I'm going around the other way because but I started saying, so it is a problem that's like it used to be in hiding like 10 years ago. It's out there in your face after so we understand it. So we're always looking for bright ideas and young people like you who speak truth to power and say, what are we doing? I appreciate you.
So that you guys are in this
Especially.
Yes, you can always come, the board is, I can talk with you that right here after the board meeting and tell you who's working on what and where. And some of our programs have targeted areas they're working on zip codes, and some people are, and what they're doing exactly, I'm definitely trying to. Yes, Health and Human Services is in charge of use. I think we just had a meeting where we talked to Boston Society about what they're doing around housing. We're gonna be bringing in like I said, some of the harm reduction, those who deal with people with hypothetical needles and intravenous use. So yes, to answer your question, Health and Human Services. Thank you, ma'am.
Services follow. So if they don't feel like they have a problem with it, they won't engage them. I have some clients that I speak with and I would tell them, like, you can literally tell that they're using drugs or like illegal drugs. And they'll tell you, I'm fine. I'm not using anything. And some of it's K2, CP, different things like that. And so it's like having a conversation to pinpoint like, oh, so this is a free space to come here. If you have like, there's a lot of stigma around drugs. So a lot of people want to pretend like they don't have it, even though you can physically see that they're on drugs. So maybe like the narrative, like having a lot more, how should I, propaganda. Yeah, that's like a negative word for it, but like to change, have a conversation about that, have people feel like they can talk about it. Like a lot of people, we're used to it. It's just like part of the Bronx, part of being on Third Ave. So changing and saying it doesn't have to be this way, and targeting that might change some things.
Definitely. That's then that comes with posts and get them engaged, so what's going on. Then tomorrow we can talk about the event with coordinating the event space. But that was about it for the meeting. I wanted to speak on the Instagram, bringing up the Instagram, so we opened that up. Now everyone is, like, I'm not forcing anybody to do anything, but it'll be helpful if everyone could get information on different topics so that way we could bring it all together. And then if if we want to add to any of the topics, I'm not holding anybody against one topic. Everybody could, piggyback on anything else that's needed, and you could, talk to whoever has that topic. And so
What's your Instagram?
Yeah, South Bronx Movement, but it's actually YA South Bronx Movement. That's it.
Are there any like periods or underscores?
I didn't put the period because I didn't want it to be too extra, and then
Right. No, I was asking, and then they be like, what that stand for?
yeah.
So, don't forget to look at even local students like a library. So we.
Oh, can I get that?
That's not our paper.
Yeah, wait. That's one thing. Yeah, no, we had the last
Oh, yeah.
announcement.
That's one of the. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much, Chairperson. So, and they have even an open studio, and that's why then there's a whole calendar here. So if you have friends or people who wanna be a part of that, what's that? Let me see, Chill Wednesday.
Pictures of that.
They've got an open studio for people who like electronics, I imagine all those things.
Yeah, we could.
And these are the little things that you might be able to, maybe you'll enjoy them. And maybe they're interesting for a variety of people. But, if that, Vermont Haven is the only library in our district, really technically. So we're trying to work on, like we were talking earlier on. May 21st, I'm gonna be part of the route at City Hall to get the mayor to do the funding for the library situation. You probably have heard the news, and they even closed out Sundays in the libraries, and we're trying to make sure that the funding goes where it belongs so that the libraries could be open again the way they always were. So on May 21st is a major rally that will be happening in City Hall regarding that. And my grip with them, and I just came from a meeting, I belong to one of their boards also, but I told them, y'all should have had different flyers and circulated different announcements about that rally all throughout the community. Okay, so I yelled at them also, and it's gonna be at like 8:30 in the morning all the way till 1. Because it's gonna be a major rally, and then at City Hall, there's gonna be a hearing. After that, people are gonna talk about their experiences with the library and why the budget should not be cut. And as a matter of fact, everybody, okay, we're gonna put these up in the front. Teens Help Your Library. This is actually a letter to the mayor. Okay, and teens aside, they have one for the adults, but it's practically the same format. And we're gonna put it up here in front of the community board. But again, I told the board there that they should be making people more aware of these courses of action. And especially if they want the youth or the adults, they have adult programs too. They have a special computer workshop just for the adults now. But how many people in our districts know of these things? And why are these things not being advertised the way they should be? So especially for the rally which is on May 21st at City Hall, everybody should have been given a flyer about that. I think all the community boards should know about that, because you're talking about the 5 boroughs here.
Just to be mindful of the time. Like, I appreciate you for sharing the resource. Maybe we could connect more at the next meeting since we're all gathering resources basically.
Of course, yeah. And that's what I wanted to just announce. Thanks for listening. Okay.
All right, so we basically, the plan for that meeting is a motion to.
I like to make a motion to.
Yeah. I'm sure. Discussion.
Thank you, beautiful sister.